Hello and welcome to this special show, Cloud Computing Beyond the Hype, where over the next 30 minutes we will discuss if cloud computing is the new normal and if we have to watch out for any dark clouds in this silver lining. And joining me to discuss this, I have Sunil Jose, Vice President Applications at Oracle, Sanket Atal, CTO at MakeMyTrip.com, and Sanjeev Prasad, CIO of Genpact. And joining me from Bangalore is Biswajeet Mahapatra, Research Director at Gartner. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Sunil, if I can begin by asking you, cloud computing really, to be honest, has been around for a while now. Do you believe that we are now at an inflection point where you believe the next wave of adoption will happen, where from pilot projects we will see mainstream deployments happening?
Absolutely. I think beyond even pilot projects, if you start looking at some of the aspects where the whole arena has changed for cloud computing. It's been there for the last couple of years. Adoption has been huge. When we look at some of the surveys which we recently did with the application user group survey with an Oracle, we found some very surprising facts. We saw a good 33% respondents have been using some parts of cloud already. 55% of the respondents talked about using all the three components, whether it's infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or software as a service. So I think from that aspect, I think it's not even about pilot or it's not even about adoption in a small scale. We see large enterprises using it in some form or the other. Wherever we've gone back and looked at large organizations, be it a Nike or McDonald's or Pepsi, they're using some of our social relationship management products all on cloud. Our entire customer experience strategy, which we've been talking about, large organizations like Singapore Airlines, you talk about Starbucks. These are organizations where it's been, customer experience is perfect to that art. And most of that solutions are on cloud. So today we see a huge amount of adoption on cloud. And I think it's just moving to the next phase where you'll see the acceptance much larger and it becomes a fulcrum or a center stage for every organization when they look at an IT roadmap or looking at what they need to invest in from a technology perspective.
Sure. Sanket, would you agree with Sunil? You believe the next phase of growth really is going to happen, especially in Indian enterprises and large ones?
Yes, I do. So let me begin with describing what we do. Okay, so Make My Trip is the largest online travel agency in India as well as one of the largest e-commerce players. And everything we do is based on the foundation of cloud, right? So the overall concepts in the cloud are around services, right, and virtualization, along with things like pay-as-you-go and scalability on demand, etc. The Make My Trip architecture, software architecture, is service-oriented, making use of services that are available in the public cloud over the internet, as well as in the private cloud within the enterprise. Right. So as a company, we have bet on the whole concept of cloud and service orientation. And as an example corporation within India, where e-commerce is going to grow to tremendous heights in the next 7-8 years, yes, I think the future is companies betting on the cloud.
Sure. Sanjeev, BPO pretty much drove the first wave of growth for the technology industry, really for India. Do you believe the next wave will come from cloud computing, where you'll see specialized solutions and within the industry also evolving into specializing and really leveraging India as a talent for cloud computing?
See, the way if you look at the challenges today for most industries today, it's about growth. It's about finding those levers which is actually going to drive profits to them and margins for them. And for that, you need agility. You need speed. And one of the best ways of actually going about doing this is to look at cloud-enabled platforms, whether it's infrastructure as a service, or whether it's platform as a service, or whether it's software as a service. The fact of the matter today is that everybody needs to respond fast to changing environments, especially in the internet age, where your consumers their tastes are changing every day. They want to look at new products. And until unless our companies are able to adapt to that, you will find it as a challenge. Yeah. Let me take the case of our customers. Obviously, a lot of the BPO as a business has been about cost arbitrage and to a large extent cost savings. But it's moving towards transformation. And when you move towards transformation, what you're really looking at is it's a blend of technology and process. You lead by process, but you make technology to make it happen. So how do you bring these platforms to your customers? A lot of that the way we see it going forward is through using cloud-enabled platforms which will take it there.
Sure. And in the BPO space, more true because your margins are really getting squeezed and you're looking at solutions which provides the cost and the value advantage.
So it's not just about our margins. It's the fact that how do we help our customers increase their margins.
Sure.
It's about how do we help our customers increase their profits and increase their revenues. And so we look at these kind of platforms, right, to actually help our customers, give them deep insights. So it's not just about the processes, but looking at their data and having the platform which can provide the data. The best way is not to build everything on your own. You would rather have somebody actually provide you the platform which you can actually use and leverage.